Welcome to River City Plus. It is the show after the show, and I have all kinds of royalty in the room with us today. So a few weeks ago, we had the timeless Toni Storm. She brought her belt. Now we have the newly crowned AEW champion, Swerve Strickland, in the house, and we have a lot to unpack in a short amount of time. So thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you for having me.
Your schedule is super hectic. I know you just dropped into Jacksonville and you're like, I got a show. I got much to do. People need to see what I'm about. Oh, and you're going to see what he – look at this. I don't even want to touch it because I don't want to put fingerprints on it.
It's actually the new championship belt, actually, the new model.
Oh,
new
I'll touch the belt. I'll touch the leather. Yeah.
Man, this thing, it's a beauty, man. This is a different design. This might be the heaviest championship I've ever held in my life, and I've held a lot of championships in my career. This one is just at the very, very top. Like, it's not even close. Like, the moment, the championship, the match, the pay-per-view, the headline, the opponent, all of that means so much because of this championship, you know.
So you've held multiple championship belts. This one holds a special significance.
Yes.
Why?
The being the first of anything is going to hold significance to not only just the performer but the company. Going through the airport the day afterwards, like I took pictures with fans that were like literally flew from other states and other sides of the country to come see this event happen because they just felt like this is the moment, this is the coronation of something historic. And people were crying in the crowd, front row, after the victory. People were shaking after I'm shaking their hands. I've never had that experience before. And seeing how much that means to everybody, it felt like we won. And that's what you kind of want from your fan base. And I feel like that's what made the main event special, you know. Like, hats off to, like, Ospreay and Bryan Danielson having a classic banger out there, which I knew they would. But just this one hit home a little differently because it was to the heart. And it was to the sentiment. It was just something special. Even me coming out in the Killmonger, like, attire, coming out, who was sitting front row was my buddy Guy De La Silva. He actually wore the suit in the Civil War Marvel films and Infinity War and Black Panther. Every time you saw the Black Panther stunt, that was Guy De Silva. So it was like more of an homage to a friend of mine, and he was going to be sitting front row. So it was more towards that, but it just felt like a momentous occasion seeing Dynasty and seeing the set and the colors and everything. I'm like, this just all feels right at the time.
So I would ask how it feels, but obviously it's been a momentous moment for you. Yeah. And, I mean, so much has happened. How long have we been in the game?
15 years. March makes 15 years from start to finish. I started training in August of 2008 and debuted in Ground Zero Wrestling in Richmond, Virginia in 2009 in March. So – and I was a reverend. I was a deacon to the reverend, actually. I didn't even make reverend yet. So I was like,
you just got to sit on the dais with like, wow.
Yeah. It was called the Holy Union, and that was my debut in a tag match in like Hopewell Community Center. It was funny, like years ago in middle school, we moved to Virginia and ended up moving back up to Pennsylvania later on. But like in middle school, that community center was where I used to go to hang out and like play around, and there was a little skate park. I tried skateboarding. I was terrible, awful. And I realized at that moment, any sport with like an extremity, like a stick, a board, a paddle, anything like that, I'm awful at. I'm a physical contact sport guy. So, but it was cool to like my debut to my wrestling career started at that same community center years later.
Now, I know we always have an aspiration to be champion or on that level, but did you really envision that it would come to you and that it would hit you so hard and be so meaningful to you?
I would say the day before and probably the entire week leading up to it, maybe a couple weeks out, it was just like trying to empty out as much of my mind as possible. Whatever was personal going on, whatever was that thing that you're waiting for at one of your business ventures that you haven't got a clearance on, that you're waiting for that email, those certain things, clear your mind from it. Problems at the house, clear your mind from it. Any issues with your body going on, or the girlfriend, the wife, the kids, clear your mind. You got to go into these type of moments with a clear mind and feel it after it happens.
got you.
let it like, and that's what works for me, I would say. And then like afterwards, when the victory's done, you finally cross that finish line, then run an extra 50 yards through. Let it off, feel it.
Yeah.
Let it. That's where you can like address all those things, but you don't want those things plaguing your mind and like going into something special as this, something big like that, because people feel that. People watching you, people can see that and feel something's off about you through the camera. People in attendance can feel that. You know, you got to give them the best feeling that you possibly can.
I love it. I love it. Now, as being crowned the newly crowned champion, use your words, being crowned champion as the newly crowned champion, say that 15 times, you have some other aspects to your life that, you know, it's like, I'm more than just a wrestler. I'm a very well-rounded individual. So let's talk music.
Yes, let's talk. Actually, the night of, in the press scrum, me and Flash Garments, the man that does my entrance music, shout out Flash, shout out Prophet. They were all ringside for the moment. We dropped a song, Realize, as in REALEYEZ, Real Eyes. We dropped that, so that's out on all streaming platforms. Swerve Strickland and Flash Garments it's out and available. Motion Sickness coming in May. The whole project, about 10 songs. We recorded, if you were checking my IG story, we recorded 5 songs that day in my house, in my home. We just locked in for like a good 12 straight hours and just finished the album. It was like, we got to drop in May, and I don't know where I'm going to be in the next couple weeks. Neither do you. He just got back from Japan, and he just came straight to my house, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to be in the next couple weeks. So, like, this is the only time we have. So that weekend, we just locked in dungeon mode in the house, set up the recording equipment. YouTube and video games were playing, but that's our only break. And other than that, we're eating and we're recording this album. So that's going to be coming May 10th. And Realize is out now, all streaming platforms, from Swerve Strickland and Flash Garments. Check that out. It is going to be bumping. And that's just a taste of what we have to offer y'all.
So are any of these tracks from the album going to be your new walkout song?
No, we are riding a big pressure, man.
Okay.
We're riding it, and it's like I think just in Spotify alone, it's almost at 15. No, it's at like 1,500,000 streams just on Spotify alone. The original one, and now the remix that you hear me, the entrance music now, that's crossing 1 million in itself. So both of those tracks are like about to, get past a good 2 million each. Yeah, so.
Just splashing all over. It's just swerve.
Yay.
Oh, and you know what else? Let's talk about it. My man has a shoe that just released. You actually debuted it at the press conference after you won your championship.
Yes. So the sneakers that I wore in the match in the main event of Dynasty for the AEW World Championship was my own signature shoe. It's from a man named Mosh. Shout out Mosh. He's great brand. Check him out on IG and all social media. He has done colorways and customs for a lot of NBA players, legends. He's done a custom colorway for Jay-Z. He's done colorways for LeBron, Steph Curry, Stephon Diggs, Odell Beckham, and countless amounts of other athletes, premier athletes, I would say, in the sports. This is the very first, these aren't even a custom colorway. This is actually my signature shoe. This is and they are glow-in-the-dark bottoms as well. So check these out. Check that logo out. Get very familiar with it. Mosh, we're going to be working on distributing these out very, very soon. I gave a pair to Mr. Tony Khan at the press scrum. So these are what you're going to be seeing on my feet. Every match from here on, they're very comfortable to just wear out in public, and they're even more comfortable. These are an athletic wear too, so you can jump around, you can play ball in them, you can bounce around, and I didn't blow through them like Zion Williamson type of shoe. I didn't have a Lonzo Ball incident. These are very comfortable. I don't have foot arthritis from the shoe, but these are excellent. He only does great quality stuff. Check him out. These are going to be coming out soon, so. Check out my social media, Swerve Confident, for more information on these coming out, when you can pre-order them and when you can buy them, when you can purchase them, how much they're going to be, who they're available to, shipping, and all that stuff is going to it's going to be big.
So let's put a little disclaimer and put things in perspective. Air Jordans came out. I could not dunk. I don't think a lot of people could. You're going to get these. Do they have a name? What are they called?
Pressure ones.
So the pressure ones, you're not going to be Swerve jumping off the top rope and doing that kind of thing. So please do not do any of that. But
yeah, Samoa Joe couldn't do it. I'm very sure you can do it.
So you have got all of these things going on, and I know you were building on your own, but to have AEW as a platform to help put you on blast like that, what does that mean for you? And what could you say to a youngster that is looking to whatever endeavor, maybe it's wrestling, maybe it's sporting, to keep fighting to hopefully get to that championship level?
First, I would say it's never on your own. Like, this is not just a me thing. This is not just a Swerve thing. It's a Swerve team thing.
This is the second time I've heard that in 2 days, so I agree.
Yeah,
okay,
it's Flash, it's Prophet, it's the Lucas brothers who are filming a documentary right now. These guys are Oscar winners for Judas and the Black Messiah, 22 Jump Street. These are guys that like Guy De Silva, who inspires me in a whole new way with stunt choreography and like just the mindset of combat and things like that, and just entertainment in general. Montezi, my co-host on my Source City podcast, which we just announced on my social media, that we jumped 200 slots on Apple in the United States.
Jeez,
so now we're top 20.
Win at, man? I mean,
man,
wait, can I just touch greatness?
Man,
I'm taking osmosis. All right.
Man, just jumped 200 slots on Apple Music in the United States for like podcasts and music. So we're top 20 now just on Source City podcast, and the next episode has Adam Copeland on it talking music with us, and so that's happening. But that's a whole team effort. It's just everybody believing in the same thing and just wanting it more. You got to want it more than the next person. You got to be the reason why they choose you over all these other people that are lined up and probably more talented, probably more gifted, probably more experienced and more knowledgeable and more athletic, you know. I'm not the most athletic person and gifted like in-ring person, but there's something about me that I just take a step forward more than that guy would. And that's what you got to have a mindset for. That's what got me here. I'll do it. I'll be the one to do it. I'll be the guy, not to be like some guys and girls, I would say, they feel ruffling feathers just because you're making noise gets the attention you deserve. But for me, that works only so far. And that's not a great team building strategy for me. For me, it's always like going to bat for the people that put you in great positions and vice versa. I'm still a firm believer in the barter system. Not everything's money oriented. Some people just want opportunity. And if you can give opportunity and then that person gives you an opportunity back, you both grow together. And so that's why I say I'm all a firm believer about building a team of people that you trust, people that you know are going to be there, and people that are going to go out of the way for you like you will go out of the way for them.
Squad. That's what we're about. All right, so, man, thanks for spending some time with me. I know you've got some other people you need to chat with.
Yes, sir.
Scott's going to get in-depth. He might even get an Oprah moment out of you. He can draw some tears. I'm just saying.
I'm not jumping on couches? Or
Oh, if you do that, I want to be there for that social media.
Yes.
Right, so just real quick, AEW is going to be here Thursday and Saturday at Daly's Place.
Wednesday.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wednesday.
We got
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Big
baby.
shows. So make sure you guys support your locals because AEW is locally based. And my man Swerve is going to be there showing off his belt, rocking it big time. So thanks for hanging out with us, my man.
Appreciate the time, as always.
Look forward to your future endeavors. And we're going off the top ropes, but I'm crawling underneath. We'll be back tomorrow with more River City Plus. Yep, take it easy.